Maha on the
What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Maha back again on the video. As you can already tell, we're back in the Q, man. Past couple videos been on the chaser alone. I think the past like 6 videos I've been doing a lot content on the chasers. So back again in the Q. Q's not going nowhere. A lot of people ask me if the Q sold it, if I really sold it. No, I did not. That was just a little clickbait kind of trend video I posted on my Instagram, making people think that I sold a Q for the chaser, but that is not the case. She's still here. She's not going anywhere. But yeah, man, so as you can tell by the title, today we're gonna do a nice budget-friendly mod list that you guys can start off on your bills. Q50 specifically, like I said, because I have a 3.7, but it should basically go for every car. I hope this mic can pick up the exhaust. I'm doing a little different mic setup here. I got the wireless DJI mic on me today, so audio should be a little bit better, but I don't know how well it's gonna pick up the exhaust sound. So let me know in the comments down below if y'all like this new setup. I got the GoPro on the windshield here, so y'all can get a little better view of me while I'm driving here, you know, changing up the POV a little bit. But yeah, man, so let's hop right into number 1. That little pull kind of gave it away. The muffler delete, I was basically before I even touched anything, actually right after I did the tints was my second mod, was the muffler delete. I've been looking on, even before I got the car, I already knew I was going to do a muffler delete because I just love the way the car sounds. The actual car itself, stock exhaust cutoff, not exhaust cutoff, but the mufflers that cut off that VQ, raw VQ sound. Just a muffler delete opens out that exhaust up and that note way more than stock, and actually it sounds good. A lot of cars don't sound good with a muffler delete, but the Q 3.7 in general is one of those cars that can actually pull it off, and it's very cheap. Depending on maybe around $100, depending on the shop, depending on your area, depending on how they charge in the shop rates. That's what I always suggest. Shop around. Don't just go to the first shop you hit up or you go to, unless that's the only shop in your area that you're willing to travel to. Then by all means go ahead and pay the money. But give or take about $100. I think he charged me maybe 120. Yeah, he charged me 120 to cut off my the stock big muffler, the little suitcase muffler that sits in between the 2 exhaust pipes, and then he just welded exhaust pipes from the axle back. That alone, love that sound. I ran that for a minute until I actually came up on a good deal on this arc exhaust, full arc exhaust I got right now. So this will actually be hand in hand. So either a full exhaust, they have some cheaper options other than the arc. You don't have to go arc. You could go, I think it's MBRP. I see a lot of people running those and they have no issues with it. If they're really on a budget, you just want that sound right off the gate, that VQ, little rumble. Muffler delete, can't go wrong with it. Do not touch anything else. Don't cut off your resonator. Just muffler delete. Keep it simple, keep it cheap, and run that until you get a full exhaust. That's what I did, and I would always recommend that for anyone who has running a stock 3.7 in the beginning here. So muffler delete, highly recommend. A lot of people talk smack about it, but not a lot of people got thousands of dollars to drop on their full exhaust when they start modding their cars. So yeah, man, muffler delete. Hopping into number 2 will be tints. If your car does not have tints, I will suggest get tints. I cannot, but I believe this is subjective as well, depending on the person, because I have some car friends that hate tint and they run around with bubbles all over the car. But even if you don't like tint, there is tints for guys and gals who do not like tint, which is the full-on clear tint, but actually cuts the UV rays and keeps your car still cooler, without having to have dark visibility and all that. But I personally like my privacy. I just don't like people looking at me that I don't know, just staring at me, especially at a light like right now. Like, I see you, but you don't see me. That's why I like it. So even if it's just the clear film just to cut that heat in the UV rays, I highly recommend it just to preserve your interior, especially if you live in a hot climate areas like Florida, especially here. This past couple weeks, man, we've been cooking out here, man. We've been like 100 degrees and up. I've been in the pool after work every day, just chilling, man. You know, and it gives a little aspect, a nice little, you know, aesthetic to the car. It makes the color of the car, depending if it's white, red, whatever. I feel like it gives the car a little bit more presence, and it gives the color, I should say, the color of your car more presence. It makes it pop a lot more, especially on white cars. When I did the tint on a Chaser, I did not realize how much of a pearl that car actually has, I was surprised. Like, you saw all the different colors as soon as that that dark tint hit the car, because then it gives that contrast to where, what are you doing, bro? For what? Y'all saw that? Just know that in majority of states, you can get in trouble for tints, depending if you go too dark. Hopping into number 3, cheapest thing, lowering springs. If you want something brand new, only a couple $100 cheap, you know, install or whatever, so save money, go lowering springs. Or if you find a deal used for some coilovers and a good brand, don't go cheap. Don't try to go cheap, because they do have coilovers that are less than $1,000, but I wouldn't recommend anything below BC coilovers, and those BC coilovers run about $1,100, $1,200 brand new. But if you get a good set used, a couple $100, $400 or $500, go ahead and do that. Under $1,000, so we'll make that list. This list I'm putting on this video. But if you want a brand new straight out the box, no issues, no nothing, you already know it's brand new coming back, and you're the first one that's throwing it on the car, then go lowering springs. I've been on my Tein H lowering springs since basically I bought the car, so I'm running maybe 4 or 5 years on this suspension setup. All I have, everybody asks me what coilovers. I'm not on coilovers. I am just on H lowering springs. Keeps the stock ride comfort, stiffens it up a little bit more when you're taking turns, so you do notice it around the turns. When you're driving straight, you know, chilling, cruising, still keeps that stock ride comfort. So that's one of the main things I wanted to keep on my daily. Don't get me wrong, I heard BCs are very comfortable too, but they're a lot more stiffer and a little bit more of a rougher ride versus if you're just on springs, because you got to remember the springs, or you're just changing the springs, lowering springs, so you're cutting the height of the spring itself, but you still have the stock shock. So when the rebound hits it, you still have that stock, you know, the stock suspension going up and down. So if you want a little bit more of like a sporty look, lowered car, you don't want a stock height, my whole setup right now, I have zero wheel gap, so that's the thing I want. I just want to eliminate the wheel gap. Right, it sits right above the tire. That's enough for me for a daily, so I can get in and out of places. Don't get me wrong, there's some other places that I really still have to angle, but always angle. I don't care if you're on lowering springs or if you're on coilovers, still be safe and lower and angle in steep driveways, because especially if you have like carbon fiber parts, lips and all that, you know how expensive them stuff is, so take your time. Don't let people behind you like, oh, move, hit the horn and stuff. Let them wait. I don't care. Good brands, 2 brands I would suggest, I would stay from everything else, would be the Tints that I'm on right now, S-Tech, specifically the S-Tech model, or you can go RSR Super Downs. I wouldn't suggest the Downs, because I heard some people, when they installed it, the rear actually sits lower than the front, and it kind of looks weird. If anything, you would want the front sitting lower than the rear. In my opinion, I know that's just my opinion, but in me, that would irritate me, especially if I'm taking pictures and I see the front of the car sitting higher than the rear. That would just look weird to me. So that's actually what I'm dealing with fitment wise on the Chaser right now. That's why I had to, as soon as I did that, I was like, nope. Next day I ordered the coilovers, so coilovers will be over here soon for that. I went straight to coilovers for the Chaser, because I knew I was going to slam that car anyway. So yeah, so just keep that in mind when you're looking. The RSR regular downs, those are the ones that are going to sit a little higher in the front. If you do the Super Downs, I believe that's a complete level drop, and it's going to be maybe a ½ inch lower than the S-Techs. So let's keep that in mind as well. And those are springs, so you can adjust to make it stiffer, or if you bottom out and all that. Heard a lot of people with those springs scrape and they bottom out in certain places. So just be careful when you're driving with those springs. But even if you, honestly, for me, if I would go lower than the S-Tex, just go coilover, so then you can control the rebound of the springs and the shocks itself with the dampening controls. Other than that, I would just, get the S-Tex, no issues at all. Keep this list going. Hopping into the fourth thing is a lip kit, specifically from eBay. Everyone try to knock eBay, but I mean, majority of parts come from eBay and they all come from the same place. If you think about it, a lot of resellers just find the same manufacturers that these eBay sellers buy them from or source them from, and then add their markup on it so they can make a profit. That's how business goes these days. Why are you tailgating me, bro? But yeah, man, so the lip kit. Now specifically, you could do carbon, but just keep in mind that carbon is going to be about twice as much. If you want to go the cheap route, keep it simple. I would suggest just do a regular polycarbonate front lip, but make sure it's one piece. Any lip kit that you do, either side skirts or the front splitter, make sure it's one piece. Do not do three piece. Those three piece ones, especially if you, no matter how much you secure it onto the car, you gotta still remember that there is the weak points where they join and they only clip together. They don't bolt in together. They just sit on top of each other like this. And countless stories I've heard of people, not even speeding, just cruising 80, 75 on the highway, flew off. Granted, they're only like $60, $70, less than $100. But I wouldn't go that cheap. Spend a couple more, $20, $30 more, and you get a full, one-piece lip kit, front lip. And no, the lip I had before this wasn't carbon. The one I have on the car right now is carbon. I paid about $400 for this lip and $400 for the side skirts. So about $800 so far just in the front and the side skirts alone. The front lip and the side skirts runs about $100, and then adding on the rear carbon diffuser, another $400. So you go after that. So after that, you're over the $1,000 mark. But just keep it simple. You could do the front, the regular black, and then you could paint match it if you want, or you could keep it black. I personally just kept it black because it's gonna hit, those rock chips and all that stuff too. So you gotta keep that in mind. Just keep it simple, keep it black. You can maybe spray paint it black if you want, or you can do a plasti dip on it, and then keep plasti dipping it after when it starts to chip. But yeah, man, that front lip, eBay, one piece. Just make sure it's one piece. If you're unsure, message the seller, be like, hey, is this one piece or three piece? Simple question. Fifth and final thing I suggest y'all do if you want to keep it under budget, under $1,000 for your first couple mods here, or mods in general, is if you don't have a sport bumper, get a sport bumper. This should only run you about maybe between like around $200 to $350, around there, maybe $400, depending on where you buy it from. But I bought mine on eBay. I think I only paid like around $300 for it. Paint match was another $300. So in all, install, he charged me about $700 for a complete front conversion. And yes, it just bolts right up. There's no other modifications needed, no cutting, no trimming, no anything. Literally bumper that slaps on like you're taking off your stock bumper or stock premium bumper. Now, if you do have a premium, you know how ugly the front, and not ugly, but I personally don't like it. It's too rounded for me. I like more of squares. So the sport bumper gives a lot more of an aggressive appearance to the car, even stock form. So if you already have a sport bumper, then I suggest you just do a non-emblem mesh grille in the front. If you just have the black grille, no emblem at all, and you just have the headlights just chilling there, it looks so mean in pictures. A lot of people in person too, when I pull up at a light, and then I see them next to me, they're like, yo, that car looks so mean. What car is that? It gives a lot more of an aggressive appearance to the car, in my opinion, if you're going for that look. If you don't want to go for that look, then just keep it stock. You could paint the emblem black. I was running, I painted the plasti dip front emblem for a little minute until I actually did the grill. Now the mesh grill, again, cheap, $100-something bucks. Or from eBay, I think I paid less than $100 for mine. I think I paid like $80 or $70 or something like that. And I did my friend did. I was gonna do a video on that, but that took way longer than expected, and it was hiccup upon hiccup. But you had to go to Home Depot, get this and that, because it was a whole thing. So I didn't bother doing a video on that. It was way too much, and that took like half day to install. That was ridiculous. I was not expecting that just for our front grill. But I had a friend help me out, so he already knew kind of the idea of what we had to do. So he helped me out with that. Shout out to my dog Chad. Appreciate you helping out with that, man. But yeah, the front grill, I personally just love that look. No emblem in the front. I like that look. I like, you know, a little bit more of the aggressive look. I'm gonna go with an aggressive build on the Chaser as well. If you want to keep that OEM plus look of the Q, perfect mods, both of them. But there y'all have it, man. My top 5 cheap, under $1,000 budget friendly mods you can do to your Q50. What the heck? Oh, it's a ST. I Explorer ST with a muffler delete. See, man, muffler delete. Perfect example. That sounds good. On an SUV. Most cars will sound good with a muffler delete. I'm telling you. Like, yeah, man. So there goes my little budget-friendly mod list. Y'all can start off with. Very cheap. Everything is on eBay. I don't know the current pricing now and everything. Maybe it's a little bit more expensive. Maybe it's a little bit cheaper. I haven't been looking at those because I already have it on my car, so I wouldn't need to look at those prices again. But I'll do my best to look in my previous purchases on eBay and drop some links down for y'all. Those 5 links at least, so y'all can see what I'm talking about and see, you know, get an idea of where you can get these mods I'm talking about here on this list. But again, thank y'all for watching. My name is Maha, back again with another video, man. Appreciate y'all support. We just hit 4,000 subscribers today. Appreciate y'all for supporting the channel, and we got to keep these videos pushing out more, because now we got the Chaser on the channel, and the Chaser ain't gonna be a cheap build. I'm noticing that very quickly. And it's gonna be a lot of patience with this build. So I have coilovers coming already for that car. That's probably gonna be the next video, the next Chaser video, I should say. I don't know if the next video is gonna be on the Q, or it's gonna be on the Chaser, or it's gonna be on the Mustang. Mustang is coming back very soon. They just finished the paint, so now they're putting everything back together on the car, so we should be getting that car back soon as well. And we're doing a nice little review and POV video of that car, so stay tuned for that. If you're new to the channel, we do have a Mustang. We did a whole restoration and paint change and everything on that car, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, man, so with that being said, it's your boy Mba back getting a video. If you made this far in the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you get notified every time I post a video. With that being said, always remember, repetition creates precision, y'all. Let's go.